Most people who have had the privilege to attend a fine Jesuit high school have had the opportunity to read and enjoy the Arthur Miller classic, Death of a Salesman. And according to Congressman Don Beyer, a graduate of Gonzaga High School, so close to the Capitol that you can even see the dome on the rotunda, and also a luxury automobile sales group mogul, politics is just like sales. He says you have to meet strangers, make them feel comfortable to make a deal and close a sale, and at least according to Don Beyer, 95% of folks who have already bought a car at his dealership will automatically just buy again. So he says he and the salesman at the dealership often joke about the fact that they spend most of their money just trying to sell the other 5%. So if politics is like sales, and most people agree that the pandemic pathogen and even donning masks has become political, it might be a good idea to understand the science of a sale, because it is a science based all on psychology. And every salesman worth his fine luxury car, designer suits, and expensive townhouse knows the coffee is for closer steps for a sale under the acronym AIDA. Attention, interest, decision, action. Do I have your attention? I know that you are interested. Have you made your decision for Christ? Action. Sign your name on the line that is dotted. First prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. And you want to know what second prize is? A set of steak knives. And that is a joke that maybe only a real salesman gets, because sales is a very competitive industry. Sell or walk. If you can't make the sale, you need to find another profession. And when it comes to COVID-19, probably most would agree that Dr. Anthony Fauci is the nation's leading leading infectious disease control expert, right? And Dr. Fauci is the director of the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases, or NIAID, which is a great title for an agency, but whenever public health guidance is quoted, you may or may not recall that nobody ever says that the NIAID published guidance today about this or that. If you saw the Matt Damon and Gwyneth Paltrow movie, Pathogen, you may recall that not even Larry Fishburne, the doctor in the movie who was the nation's leading infectious control expert, at least in the movie, did not even work in Washington, but rather another agency down in Atlanta that was called the CDC, or Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And probably most Americans have no idea what the name of the director of that agency is. So what does the leading infectious disease control expert, with whom you are familiar, do, and has been doing since the 1980s through several presidents? He is actually in charge of approving funding for medical technology, for production of medical devices like facial masks in the event of a pandemic, a $1 trillion industry, and research for vaccines, like the new vaccine that over 3 million Americans have already received. Wait, does that sound like a conflict of interest? Would a director of an agency providing funding to businesses stand to benefit from some companies in the event of an unprecedented pandemic crisis? Or is it impossible to create conditions for that to occur? It is actually far easier than you think, especially if you are not a doctor, but just a reporter who plays one on TV. If you purchase a brand new car, or even a used or pre-owned and certified, as they say, automobile, it failed to pass the state emissions inspection, or just the normal inspection, would it be ethical, moral, or even legal, right, to simply create a whole new inspection test? How much do you really want that car, right? A lot of evolutionary pressure right there. And a decade ago in the Obama administration, with no great sales pressure, the folks at the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, actually tested substitutes for personal protective equipment, PPE, like the facial coverings that even have Ralph Northam, the nation's only physician serving as a governor for only one limited term, and open to return back to the medical profession industry to make a lot of money very soon, becoming the poster child for bandanas, or ones like I, as impervious to microbial infection and penetration. Yes, a decade ago, the Obamacare administration folks at the NIOSH actually use the very same gold standard diagnostic equipment with no great pressure that is used to rate the N95 masks, the gold standard for medical grade protection. And the same mask that you are mandated to wear by law actually did not pass that test. But now, with thousands dying and desperate in a global health crisis, with his country doc bedside manner, Governor Northam assures you that we now have evolving science to endorse the hashtag that masks save lives. So tell me, what do I have to do to get you in this car today? Is a phrase you often may hear at a high-pressure sales car dealership. And a seasoned salesman can deliver that line with the practiced sincerity and compassion of an Academy Award-winning actor. He may even bring you to tears. And it is all based upon the scientific psychology of manipulation, as he has to ask you what he has to do to get you in the car to ease his own guilty conscience of receiving up to 30% of the profits from the sale, and transfer the title of guilt or shame for a bad decision to you and your presumptively informed and reasonable choice. So you can wake up surprised. Do you really believe that he only wants you to be happy? Then hop on down to the dealership today and meet a new friend. And my name is Major Mike Webb, and by God, I am running for governor of Virginia. I ask every Christian, every conservative, every Republican, every Virginian, and every American true to, like the motto of the infantry, follow me, and we shall overcome. Honest. And y'all come back now. Yeah. This advertisement was authorized by Mike Webb.